Hey cookiers, we are talking about something that can make or break your holiday cookie sales, and it's your marketing. Because listen, you can have the cutest cookies in the world. Maybe you have the cutest Halloween cookies or the most adorable Christmas cookies, and you are super excited about them. You know that they're a creative set, and they could just fall flat with crickets. And you post about it, and nobody comes to buy your cookies. And we're going to talk about 3 common mistakes that I see cookiers making all the time with their marketing, and why people are not buying their cookies. So I'm going to be sharing these top mistakes that cookie decorators are making today and how you can avoid these same mistakes when it comes to promoting your holiday cookie sales. So I am Summer with Summer Sweet Shop. I'm super excited that you guys are here. If you don't know, I help cookie decorators turn their passion into profit with smarter strategies for selling their cookies as well as teaching their cookie classes. And let me just say, I have learned all of these lessons, honestly, the hard way, right? So a few years back, I launched what I thought was the cutest, most adorable Halloween cookies. And I was so excited about this set. I had all of these different offers. I had ones that were single cookies, and I had cookies on a stick. I had cookie minis, mini packs. I had ones that they could personalize with their kids. And I was so excited about this set. And I took the cutest photos and I posted them on Instagram, and I waited and I waited and I waited, and no one bought my cookies. No one was, and a few orders like started to trickle in, but nothing what I expected. When I made those cookies, I was decorating them going, these are going to be fantastic. Everyone is going to be knocking down my door to get these cookies. And unfortunately, that did not happen. And I was left wondering, what did I do wrong? Why these cookies are so cute? Why are people not buying them? And what I didn't realize at the time was I didn't have a plan, right? I was throwing these up on my Instagram, just hoping and praying that someone was going to buy them. And I didn't have any strategy behind that. I didn't have a plan behind that. And I found out very quickly that that does not work, right? I knew the way that I was doing that Halloween sale, I couldn't do that for Thanksgiving. I definitely couldn't be doing that for my Christmas sales. So I had to learn from that mistake, from that launch, that failed launch. I had to figure out what I was doing wrong and how I was going to fix that moving forward, because I knew that there were people out there that wanted to buy my cookies. I knew that I had this wonderful product. I just had to have a better strategy and have a better plan for getting those cookies to my customers. Okay, so we're gonna talk about these 3 mistakes. Number 1 mistake is you are just posting and praying in your marketing. You are just throwing those photos up there, and I see this all the time. It's so common, right? Because we have a product that people love. They love to look at it. They love to view it. And so you think these cookies are gonna sell themselves, right? And we spend all this time designing our sets. We spend even more time decorating those sets. And we post it once on Instagram or on Facebook. And we sit back and we're like, orders are just gonna come in. They're just gonna come in. But the truth is, I talk to so many cookiers who say that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And most of our audience is not going to see something one time and be like, oh, yeah, I need to buy those cookies, right? Social media moves fast. We know this, like it's moving faster, I think, by the day. And people want to hear what we have to offer. They have to hear it more than one time. It can't just be, it used to be that you had to see something 7 times before you would buy it when it comes to a product. And now I think it is up to 17 times that we have to see something before we will buy it. right? It's just like when I see my friend, or good example is the mesh shoes, the mesh shoe ballet flats, right? And I do this with so many different trends that I'm like, I am not going to do that. Barrel jeans, right? Mesh shoes. And I'm like, those shoes are silly and ridiculous. That is not going to do it. And then I see my girlfriends with them. And then I see people on social media with them. And then I see them when I'm checking out at Target online, and it's asking me, do I want those shoes to go with the sweater I'm just buying, right? And I see it more and more, and I think, well, this could be cute. I could use those. They go with that sweater. They go with this. And Sally over here, she was able to pull it off, right? And so we tell ourselves those things because we see it. We see it in front of our face over and over again. And so we start to like it. We start to get warmed up to the idea of, oh, those could look cute on me. And the same thing goes for your cookies. When you're showing up and you're talking about what these cookies, how they can change your customer's life, what they can do for them, how they can use them, they're going to warm up to it. Okay. So I want you to have a marketing plan before you just put up those pictures. I want to, even before you decorate your cookies, you need to be planning, like, what is your strategy for getting these cookies into your customers' hands, right? So you're going to talk about whatever your offer is weeks ahead of time. We're not going to wait till the week before Halloween to be promoting our Halloween cookies. We're not going to wait until December 1st to talk about our Christmas cookie classes, right? We've got to talk about it ahead of time. I want you to also share behind the scenes videos. Goes into you sharing it, giving little sneak peeks, is you're sharing behind the scenes. What's going on as she's decorating those cookies? How is she packaging up those cookies that she's been talking about, right? I followed a friend a couple of years ago. She was doing a chocolate chip cookie recipe book. And the whole book is all about chocolate chip cookie recipes. It's like 200 and something recipes. It's crazy. And that whole probably year and a half, 18 months leading up to that, she was taking pictures of those cookies. She was posting them on stories. She was showing videos of the behind the scenes of creating this cookbook. And it was fascinating. And what she did was she took her community along on this journey. So by the time that cookie book was released, I was like, thank goodness it is finally out, because I cannot wait to get it and make some of those delicious cookies that I saw tons of pictures of and tons of videos of. You want to do the same thing with your cookies. Take your community along with you as you are decorating your cookies, as you're prepping those adorable ghosts and those cute little jack-o'-lanterns. They want to see the whole process. That's why cookie videos do so well on social media. Lean into that. Show people what it's like, what that behind the scenes looks like. And maybe it's messy and maybe it is wild and crazy. All the better. People want to see the real. They don't want to see this polished, picture perfect cookie of you like decorating it and there's no mistakes at all. No, show them how you messed up. You had to start all over again. Maybe you burned some cookies. Maybe your dog ate a cookie, right? Show those behind the scenes. That's going to take your community along in the process. And I'm telling you, when you do this, they are going to be so excited and cannot wait to come to your class as they see you prepping for that class. Come buy your cookies as they are so excited about that pop-up event that you're doing the day before Halloween so they can buy some of those Halloween cookies, okay? So those are just some ways that you can use better marketing strategies for your business. And I want you to make sure that, again, this is something that your customers are looking forward to, right? It's not just a random thing on a random Sunday that you're doing these cookies. They're going to know because you're going to be talking about it a lot. I always say, if you're not tired of talking about it, you're not talking about it enough. Okay. Mistake number 2 is that muddy messaging. Listen, I can attest to this so many times in my business that if your message is unclear about what you offer, what problem you solve, you're never going to reach that ideal customer. They're never going to buy what you have to offer. And I see this all the time. You have these cute cookies and they get posted and there's no explanation about it. Like I said earlier, it's like you make these cookies and you think, oh, they're going to sell themselves. I don't really even have to do anything to promote about it. Wrong. Okay. People don't know what they're looking for, right? We have to tell people what to do. And I know that sounds silly and trivial, but it's true. It's true. You have to tell them what you want them to do. Do you want them to use these cookies as teacher gifts? Do you want them to use these cookies as party favors from a custom order? Do you want them to use them as Christmas gifts for their employees, right? You have to tell them what you want them to do. So you have to tell them how they're going to order these cookies. You have to tell them where they're going to find these cookies. And you're going to tell them why. Why should they care about these cookies? Why should they care about these Halloween cookies that you are making? Why should they care about this Christmas cookie class that you're going to be hosting, right? So if they have to think too hard, and this is so true, if they have to use extra brain work to figure out, what am I going to do with those cookies? And what is she trying to sell? They're not going to buy. The social media world and the media world that we live in is so fast. It is so fast. And so they'll just keep on scrolling to the next thing, right? So how are you going to show them this is an easy offer for you to buy? This is easy. You're going to make it easy for them and you're going to tell them how easy it is for them to buy with you. So I want you to focus on clarity. How are you getting clear in your messaging? Remember, clear messaging is what sells. So you have to tell them, what are you selling? You got to be frank and right to the point. What are you selling? Who is it for? Is it for teachers? Is it for kids? Is it for neighbors, right? What makes your products special, right? What makes your product? Maybe you're using your grandma's sugar cookie recipe. Maybe you are adding a dash of magic with your cookies. What makes your cookies special, okay? And then how and when can they order those cookies from you? You have to be super clear on, maybe you're doing a little pre-sale and so you're doing a little showing off ahead of time. And so you're like, hey, cookie sales are going to go on sale on Friday. You're just showing, like, you're prepping them for that. Or maybe they're already on sale and you can send them that direct link. Huge. So when you make it easy for someone to say yes, you make it so much more likely that they are going to buy from you. Mistake number 3 is relying solely on social media. We cannot do this in today's world. And like I said, everything moves super, super fast, but we can't rely just on social media. Even though social media is super important, we also have to be utilizing our email list. I say this all the time. Your email list is so important. It's way more important than your social media. And the reason for that is buyers buy more from their email than they do from social media. You have to work, and I don't have the stats on this, I wish I did, but you have to work at least triple, sometimes quadruple the amount of effort to sell on social media than you do in email. And I know that sounds not true, right? But I'm here to tell you that that is the truth. I need to get some data on that because I know that that is true. So many cookiers rely on that social media. And again, because we can have these big platforms on social media and think, oh, we have all these people that are following us. Surely they all want to buy cookies from us. No. I just saw a local cookier who posted about their cookie class for, and I think it is happening next week maybe, or maybe it's this weekend. They just posted about it. They've only done a couple posts, and they said the other day, hey, I don't have anybody signed up for my class yet. And I'm a little bummed by that. But I'm like, are they emailing? No, I'm not on their email list, so I don't know. But the problem is social media is unpredictable, right? It is unpredictable. And so the algorithms change. Sorry. The FedEx man is here. Emails go straight to our inbox, right? Algorithms change. Things we cannot control how much of our audience sees what we put out there. We can't control that. We cannot control that. And so posts get buried, reels get buried, they're just scrolling by. But here's the thing, and here's the truth. Okay, listen. Your emails go directly to the email box, the email inbox, right? They go directly to your customers. And also that email, that person on your email list have said, hey, Summer, I want to know what's going on with you. I want to know what the latest thing is. I want to hear what classes you have coming up. I want to know what Christmas cookies you're going to have for sale. They are interested in your stuff, okay? Instead of trying to reach this huge, broad audience on social media, which is important, I want you to really focus. So don't forget about those people on your email list. Those are the people who have said, I like what you have to say, and I want to hear what you have to say. So your email list is so important. There's no algorithm involved in your email list, and it will convert 3 to 5 times better than your social media. So important. So make sure that you are sending those emails when you launch your products. Maybe it's you're launching a class. Maybe you're launching your pre-orders. Make sure that you are doing that. And I want you to make sure that you are sending reminders halfway through, right before, doing a last call email as well is going to be huge for you to reach those goals that you have for your cookie sales. Okay, friends? So that one email alone is not going to be bringing in dozens of people to buy a ticket to your class or dozens of cookie orders, okay? You've got to have a strategy. You've got to have a plan, and that email list has got to be on that plan. So how are you utilizing that in your marketing plan? So let's recap. Here are the 3 biggest mistakes I see cookiers making in their marketing all the time. So number 1, posting once and then hoping people see it. We can't just post once anymore. That does not work. Number 2 is sharing unclear, confusing messaging. You got to be clear. If it's unclear, if it's confusing, a confused buyer is a no buyer. They're not going to buy if they are confused at what you were offering. And then number 3 is relying solely on social media instead of building that email list. So if you are making any of these mistakes, do not beat yourself up about it. Like I told you in the beginning, I have made all of these mistakes. So I'm here to tell you, learn from my mistakes. And the good news is once you fix those problems, you are going to see a huge difference in how quickly that your classes fill up and your pre-orders sell. So if you're ready to make this best holiday season your greatest, I want you to grab my free guide on how to start selling your cookies. I have this laid out in 3 easy steps for you to get started selling your cookies, or maybe you already are selling your cookies and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's just a little chaotic, right? I think so many of us can relate to that because we've been in that same spot of, well, I started selling my cookies, but I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, grab my freebie. It's going to help you out so much and give you the strategy. It's going to give you a plan and a framework to be able to sell better cookies, to be able to sell and have less chaos, less stress. And you're going to be able to grab this PDF handout and feel like you know what you're doing. And you're not going to be just like grasping at straws, trying to figure out what you're doing, because been there, done that. So grab it. I'm going to put the link below. Make sure that if you enjoy this, if this was helpful, share this with a cookie friend that you know. I would love for you to share it, and let me know in the comments if this was helpful, and let me know which one of these strategies maybe that you struggle with the most, but that you're going to work on for this holiday season. So I want to know. So I'm excited for you. It's going to be a great holiday season. This is our 4th quarter. This is the time for us. It's our Super Bowl, right? It's a time for us to be the most profitable in our businesses. I believe in you, and I know that you can do this. So I'm excited to see you guys shine. So thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye, guys.